So hello dear students, in this session we can discuss on our quality control and inspection topic, an introduction in your module 6 of industrial engineering. So we will be discussing about quality control, some basic things in this particular session. So throughout this sixth module, these are the major topics that we need to discuss. We need to discuss on quality control, then process capability using your control charts, that is the statistical quality control. Later we will be dealing with reliability, and then we will be doing with the concepts of total quality management, ISO, Six Sigma and quality circles. So first what we need to do is we need to give a proper definition for the term quality. So quality of a product, definitely we will be having in mind what will be the definition for quality. So quality will be, the word quality will be having a variety of meanings. It can be fitness for purpose, or it can be a conformance to your requirements. The performance will be always evaluated to measure the quality of a product. So in wordings you can define like is a quality of a product is the degree in which it fulfills the requirements of the customer, and it being judged or realized by comparing it with some standards, may or may not be absolute. So it will vary with respect to your customer perception also. So it can be have a variety of meaning, that is like fitness of purpose or your conformance of to requirements. The abilities of things, or the abilities that can be categorized into 10 factors are like the suitability of your product, reliability, durability, safe and foolproof workability, affordability, maintainability, aesthetics, satisfaction, economical and versatility. A product can be said to be possessing good quality if all the above requirements are properly balanced. You need to balance in between everything. So when we are taking an example for a mobile phone itself, you are using different types, different brands of mobile phones. So you can compare between different brands or different models, how they are making the cost, or how they are charging the cost from you. You can see all these 10 points in each and every model. Say you can compare 3 different brands offering mobile phones. You will be you'll be using the comparison charts and everything. So those are actually the quality comparisons. In all those, whenever you are comparing 2 or 3 products, definitely you will be going through all these aspects or these abilities of a particular product. You can see the similar type of comparisons in, say, automobiles. Whenever you are going to purchase a particular product, definitely you will be going across these quality aspects. So when quantifying a quality term, it can be like your performance by expectations. Expectations will be definitely more, and your performance has to be also more. So it is being told like if the Q value is more than 1, your customer is having a very good satisfaction about the product or your service. So it's actually the quality, it's the degree of excellence provided by a product or service to provide customer satisfaction by giving the fitness of purpose or fitness of use, and the conformity to requirements, and it should be aimed at the needs of the customer present and future. That is why you are having customer service and your support mechanisms to ensure the quality. So these all things are a part of your term quality. So now we can come to our part, that is the quality control. So what is actually a quality control? It's actually a process of ensuring your quality. So how we can ensure that? Definitely you need to compare it with the standards, and you need to take some corrective actions if you find any deviation from the standard. reference. So it's actually systematic control of various factors. It actually depends on your material, tools, machines, type of labor, working conditions, instruments used, even how you are transporting your product, or how you are delivering your service. Everything will be taken into account in case of quality control activity. So it's actually defined as the entire collection of activities which ensures that the operation will produce optimum quality products at very minimum cost. So the major steps in quality control will be, you will be establishing a quality policy. Say for example, our department is NBA accredited, our college is ISO accredited, and you will be knowing that in your classrooms also we are displaying our quality policy. So quality policy actually it's formulated for keeping or setting a standard. So formulating quality policy is very important, and you need to work out the details of your product requirement. You need to set the standards or specifications. You need to select an inspection, or you need to make an audit plan. Okay, you need to dictate the deviations, if any, from your set standards or specification. You need to take the corrective action. And suppose say for a particular internal exam, if many students are failing in a particular subject, you need to take corrective action, because that will be a deviation from your already set standard or specified required result. So you need to take the corrective action. That is the step in quality control. So that quality control can be or it should be implemented in a product sector, or and also in a service sector. And then you need to coordinate on the quality problems, develop the quality consciousness of the organization, because it's not the responsibility of a particular person or a particular department. It should be taken care of by each and every person, including, say, in a college scenario, it should be taken care by the management, the higher authority of the college, faculty, and the student side. Okay, everywhere that particular quality consciousness should be there. Then only you can achieve a better quality in your in your overall achievement. So the objectives of quality control will be, definitely you need to improve the performance of the company. So how you can improve the performance of company? You can attract good customers. You can reduce the company's cost due to the reduction of losses. You can achieve in case of manufacturing operations, you can achieve interchangeability. You can produce optimum quality at minimum price. You can do the inspection and operations in a prompt way. You can develop a procedure for good vendor-vendor relations. You can develop a good quality consciousness in the organization. You can go for judging the conformity process and all. So those are the objectives of quality control operations. So the basic tools that you are utilizing for quality control is, you can see the list over here. You can start with the basic Pareto diagram, normally used for identifying the problem. Then you will be having process flow diagram that we already discussed in our second module. It's you are done for understanding the problem. Again, a similar one was a cause and effect diagram, that is a fishbone or Ishikawa diagram. It's useful for generating an idea, or again understanding a problem. You can have fact check sheets, finding the fact, histogram for generating some idea, scatter diagram for developing a solution, then control charts for implementation purposes. At the ending part, we will be discussing more on control charts and all. So a Pareto diagram will be similar to this one. It's actually a prioritization tool used for problem identification and the progress of your corrective action. So different type of failures is being listed in the x-axis, and the count of errors in the y-axis, and you can see that 90% line is being drawn over there, and red line is the cumulative percentage. So based on that, you can list out the problems, or you can prioritize the problem identification process. Then I'll be having a process flow diagram that we discussed earlier. It's a picture of a process that shows the sequence of steps or the flow of product. Next one is a cause and effect diagram or a fishbone diagram, generally used for increasing your, say, whenever you are aiming better efficiency, say you can have a fishbone diagram where you are actually listing out your strength and weaknesses. Say a particular example for invoice fault, you are trying to identify the invoice fault. So these are some of the lines like fishbone. Many things that affect the invoice fault are like man, measure, material, method, equipment, environment. Many things will be say contributing to the fault in the invoice, so you can identify and take necessary action possible. That is why it's also called as a cause and effect diagram. Next one is a check sheet or a tally sheet, similar to a fishbone diagram, but you can have a tally sheet to get the proper count. So a check or a tally sheet. Then a histogram, you can have bimodal, symmetric, skewed, any type of graphical representation you can do. And normally distribution curves are being utilized for improving or it's actually the technique used for improving the quality, overall quality. And another one is a scatter diagram, normally used for arriving at some solutions. Graphical representation showing influence of one variable over other. A scatter diagram will help to build some relationship or pattern relationship in your artificial intelligence and all those fields. These are the basics, like scatter diagram and all, how you can find some relationship between the data that you are dealing with. So that's all about your tools in these are the basic tools in quality control. These tools you will be utilizing in different methodologies, so that good quality control techniques can be implemented in a particular organization. So this is all about the session. Please have a idea about quality control and basic tools that we discussed till now. Next we will be discussing on inspection and testing methods for ensuring quality. So thank you for now.